Some really wild stuff going on with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I think is pretty funny. I think you'll get a kick out of it. So I want to go over it. And it's also a really good lesson on why you just don't say anything. If this tiny little group gets very vocal and they come after your products, the best thing you can do as a brand is to say nothing and do nothing. That's really the best way to go, to just ignore it. You ignore it, you're good to go. But they don't do that. They never do that, and that's the problem. So, as you know, Valhalla comes out, I think, on the same day as the new consoles. I don't know if it's coming out before that for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I'm not sure, but I do know that it's coming out on the same day as the new platform. So, what's going on here? Well, Assassin's Creed has been attacked by these crazy weirdos in the media for a while now. They've been angry that you can pick between a male and a female character. They're literally upset that you can pick. Like I've done videos on these articles. There's a media journalist who's upset that back in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you could actually choose between a male and a female character. He wanted you to take that choice away. He wanted you to only play as a female, and he bashed Ubisoft for allowing you to pick. It's really funny. Then it came out that originally, I guess, the female character was the only character that's going to be available in the game, but the higher-ups said, hey, put a male character in there as well. And, that's the game we got. Now, I don't have a problem with letting you pick both characters. I think that that's actually fine. It actually, in my opinion, gives the game more replay value for you to go back and play it as both versions of the character, which I'm all for that. But however, some people, that's not enough. So even though we've gotten multiple Assassin's Creed now where you can play as a male or a female, that's never enough. And these people aren't going to be happy until the mainline Assassin's Creed game is female only. Not male and female. No, it'll be female only. Only then will Assassin's Creed truly be progressive. So we got right here. So I think I did a video on this, Assassin's Creed's problematic history with female characters. I would argue it doesn't. They're just mad because the first couple of games were male only. And that led to that little trailer. If you remember, I did a video on that because Ubisoft put out it was literally a 50-second video. They were hyping up the older games, or like Return of the Blade, and they showed characters from the first couple of games. And that, of course, led to an outcry of weirdos on Twitter who got very upset. And Ubisoft bent the knee, put out a different trailer. They pretty much took the trailer and put a bunch of DLC characters in it. And that wasn't enough. In fact, that just enraged them more, made them more upset. And they're still trying to make these people happy in some weird PR stunt that, of course, is never going to be enough. And there's apparently this hashtag called the AC Sisterhood. Somebody in that movement created this tattoo here, which is the crest of the AC Sisterhood. And they've included it in the game. So you can actually put this tattoo on the character in the game, and they're putting this out as a nod to the community, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And of course, it's not enough, and we'll get to that. Now, here's what's funny. I went and I looked at this hashtag AC Sisterhood, and I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest, here's what's funny. There's not a lot of people. Now, apparently it's a podcast as well. I don't know how popular that podcast is. I'm going to guess it's not very popular. I think it's probably just them getting mad about the game not having a female-led game, even though they've had female-led games, which is what makes this really funny in the first place. But I looked at the hashtag, and a lot of it is people laughing at the hashtag. Now, I want to be fair. There's a lot of people that are mad and getting all up on Ubisoft and screaming at them, but it's not many. There's a few, but the problem is they're really loud. They tweet hundreds of times a day, and I've talked about this before. But what's really funny is they did this They did this to please this little niche group. They put that tattoo in there, and all it did was piss them off more. That's what makes this really funny. It made them even more. So let me give you a little bit of this article. Here's what they said. PR didn't come to us for this. This came directly from the devs, the same devs who fight for the same values that we do. This is a small act, but a big step in the right direction. Please don't spread false information that this is a PR stunt, because it isn't. Yes, it is. It's absolutely a PR stunt. These companies, I'll never understand it, and I say this all the time, but I still just don't get it. They go out of their way to bend the knee for these people. They go out of their way to bend their knee for these people, and it never works. They're literally in here saying it's not enough. Oh, nice job, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It's hilarious. It's right here. If you were criticizing the announcement, but they would have criticized Ubisoft for doing the bare minimum by including the logo hush hush. This brings us to the point. The situation for them is so delicate and complicated. The mistakes so many and hard to forget. But whatever they do, it will never come off as genuine. Yet I was involved in this. It is our logo, but also my art. I saw it with my own eyes. These are people who are trying. It's important to understand that one action is not the end, and for real sustainable changes into a culture, it needs to be fed constantly from everyone until it becomes the norm. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can't just do this. You need to do it over and over and over and over again. And then you have them calling it the bare minimum. Just like I said. And this is why people say, don't listen to these people. Don't give in. Don't bend the knee. This is a guy who designed it too. And he's in there saying, yeah, we're gonna make sure that this happens all the time. So go ahead, Ubisoft, run it into the ground. You've already done it once. That's why you had to take a few years off to make a game, because the sales were going into the toilet. So go ahead. Bend the knee more. Listen to these people that don't even really play the games or care about them. They just see something they can get mad about and grift and get a little bit of money. Maybe start a Patreon, which I'm sure that podcast has. I'm sure it's getting a lot of recognition now thanks to Ubisoft. So keep doing it. You know, it gives me content for the channel, at least, which is always fun, because I always laugh at these articles. You know, the fact that people are literally mad because you can pick between a male and a female character, which is effing hilarious because it's so stupid. What's the problem? You can be the female character if you want. I think that that's true quality for the game, to be honest. You can literally be one or the other. What's the problem? Well, the problem is you could still be the male. Oh my God, more people are playing as the male. Oh my God, that's just not truly progressive. These people are crazy. These people are crazy. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Also, if you would, please throw a like up, share the video, make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell, and I will see all of you tonight, actually, on the live stream at 9:30 EST. Thanks. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.